How's it going, guys? Nick Novak here on the HSR. As you guys can probably tell from the title, this isn't going to be a exciting video, kind of talk about the struggles of an everyday rancher, kind of what we struggle with. You know, as a rancher, we strive to raise a calf, keep the mama cow healthy. You know, we vaccinate, we do all these things, and sometimes the weather just doesn't cooperate with you. And I have a feeling that's what played part in what we found out last weekend. So as a lot of you guys know, we had 48 fall cows. To breed back your cows, people try to stay around that 90% and above, you know. So basically, if you have 10 cows, you want 9 of them to breed up, and if one's open, you know, that's fine, which you don't want it to. But anyways, we have 48 cows, like I said. When we preg checked, only 33 of them were actually bred. And yes, I know the numbers aren't good. Trust me, we know that. A couple things kind of played into that we think, and we've been doing a lot of research on what we thought it was. You know, we thought it was our bull situation. Maybe our bulls were shooting blanks, or maybe their nuts froze when it was cold outside. But we went and got our bull semen checked, and they were both in great standings, if you want to say that. So we knew it wasn't the bulls, but the other thing we thought of was in January, for probably 24, 25 days, it was blizzarding, snowing, and I think those cows missed their first or second cycle, some of them, you know. So we turned the bulls out December 23rd, and then we took them out 73 days later. I can't remember the exact day, but I think the majority of those cows got their first cycle. When we preg checked, a lot of the cows were 5 or 6 months ahead bred, and then the others probably half was about 4 months. So I think those bulls hit the majority of those cows in their first cycle and hit the rest of them in their third cycle. But that second cycle, I think it was so cold and blowing snow that them cows just didn't cycle that second cycle. One of those things where it's hard because, you know, that's how we make a living, and you have 17 cows who aren't going to have a calf next year in the fall. So we won't have next June when we sell our calves. They'll only be 33, hopefully, you know, probably closer to 31 just because of the elements. But I think we're going to be all right. You know, I don't want this to be a negative video, but I just want to tell you guys kind of what we're struggling with. I was making a video and we're just open, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not even gonna make a video about it, which I should have, because it would have helped you guys really understand kind of what we were going through when we were doing that, you know. And like I said, the second cycle, I don't think that we hit that second cycle because it was so cold. I think the feed played a big part in it too. We were feeding them enough, but I think we should have fed them more alfalfa, some more higher protein, just because those cows were really getting bogged down when it was cold, because of those big calves. And so that's something that I will take into this year, is we're gonna, you know, get some better quality alfalfa, get some more alfalfa, make sure we feed them more this winter so that we don't have that problem next year. Fingers crossed. But anyways, all in all, we have 33 bred fall cows, and with my spring pairs, we turned out the, what was it, 17 opens, I think it was, and we turned them out with the bull. So hopefully they get bred up this spring to make spring calves next year. And so, yes, it does suck. We're not going to get paid for them next year, at the beginning of the year. But the good thing is the ones we keep, you know, we're still going to get money for them calves at the end of next year, if that makes sense. So all in all, I think we're going to be fine. We're going to rally. You know, stuff happens, weather happens. We have been super blessed with green grass, which is amazing. We've been getting a lot of rain. Probably over the last month, we've had over 5 inches, which around here, we only average about 17 to 18 inches of rain every year. It's a very good start to the summer. We've had green grass. Last year, we didn't turn cows out till June 6th. This year, we turned them out May 2nd. And so we gained almost 30 days of grazing that we'd have to feed this year. which will also help on the back end next year when we have to, you know, make our payments and whatnot. But to wrap this, what I'm talking about up, I just wanted to kind of bring it on here to tell you guys and be transparent, because a lot of guys wouldn't tell anybody their problems, and then people don't understand where they're coming from when they say ranching is hard and it's difficult and this, and this, when most guys just talk about, oh, it's so tough, but they don't share what's wrong to where they can't get any help. And so I wanted to be transparent so you guys kind of understand where we're at. You know, we're not down on ourselves. You know, this was my very first full calf crop that I've raised myself. And so it's one of those things where it's a learning curve. You know, next year I know what to do good and try to fix my bad. And so all in all, we're gonna be fine. I'm not too worried about it now. I was kind of down on myself for a couple days, but we rallied. And so what we're gonna do now is get these bottle calves fed with their corn real quick, and then we'll go take a look at the open cows that were we brought back to my house to get bred by the bull, and go check on them yearlings. Okay, as we come up to where the bottle calves are at, that grass is staying ahead of them. It's kind of heading out. I went ahead and mowed some of this stuff over here, just so them bottle calves get some nice green grass coming up here probably another week. But they're chewing on the weeds. There's a lot of grass underneath that's not headed out yet. But this fence we built with my brother, we're really liking it. I put the mineral right here, got the water. I went and filled up my cracked corn. I got another ton in there. We'll go ahead and throw another bucket of cracked corn in there. Right now I'm feeding right around 4.5 of these 8-quart buckets, and they're staying on top of it. What I like to do is give them 2.5 to 3 in at night, and they basically have it all cleaned up. You know, like there was probably 3/4 of a bucket in there, so they clean it up pretty good. And then I like to put 1 bucket in there when I get home from my morning job, so I can make sure they have it all day long. And then usually by tonight it's empty, and I'll refill it, and then they'll all come up and eat about the same time. So it's been working good. We are going to now go check on them spring cows, and I'll show you guys our little orchard, if you want to call it that. We planted 4 fruit trees and a peach, a cherry, 2 apples, and it's actually pretty cool. The peach tree already has peaches on it, little, but and then our cherry tree has 2 little cherries on it. I don't think they're gonna be eatable this year, but oh well. It's been fun to water them and be cool over the years to see them grow. This is an apple tree too. Nothing really coming up here on this one. And then this tree over here, nothing on this apple tree either. And then my wife also has an apple tree right here that we're gonna prune, I think it's what it's called, next year, because we were too late in the spring here to do it. So we'll get it all cleaned up next year, and hopefully it'll be good to go. There's my home raised calf. It's a nice little studly calf, looking nice and big. Love to see that. This little Hereford calf, always out in the ditch. So I'm gonna have to go out on the road and get her in so she doesn't get ran over. Cows, man. So of the 17 cows that were open, 8 of them were the first calf heifers. And if you don't know, a first calf heifer is the hardest to breed back. So, you know, a first calf heifer is a cow that had her very first calf, and trying to breed her back to her second calf, it's always the hardest. I don't know why. I think it's because they're growing so much and their body's going through a lot, trying to wean their calf off and breed them back. It's just a lot on their body because they're not fully grown. So that was the majority of our opens. There's Scarlet and the Hereford that we kept from last year. two nice tame cows. They're both sucked down. Their calves been sucking, so that's good. Anyways, let's go get that calf in real quick before someone hits it, and then we'll go ahead and check on the yearlings. Here in this middle pasture right here, I took the cows off at about 7, I want to say last Sunday, and I think on Sunday, so we'll give it 7 days rest. I'll kick them back over here because some of this grass is starting to head out, and I'd like them to eat it down before it all does. But I know they're gonna absolutely crush it, this grass up here. So we'll give it a couple more days. We've had some good rain and heat, and so it's still growing. But I want these cows to get in here, eat it down, you know, for 4 or 5 days, and then I'll kick them back over there to eat on that CRP. That's kind of my plan. Eventually, once we get a better fence there, it'll be easier to rotationally graze, but since it's just hot wire, I've had a few calves jumping over it and whatnot. It's been kind of a pain. So we'll let them come over here, eat it down pretty good, and then kick them back over. The yearlings are looking good. I got a good count on them yesterday, but they're kind of spread out again today, so I'm gonna try to get me another head count. There's 6, sorry, there's 5, and there's 6. So I got a good head count on them. We'll drive back through, check all their eyes, make sure everything gets up and walks. I don't know if the camera can tell or not, but we're pretty green. It probably looks to you guys like there's a lot of brown, like dirt stuff, but this pasture wasn't really grazed that much, and the person that had it before me never sprayed thistles, and I've been spraying almost non-stop trying to get over this. The guy I bought this from, he was just renting it out, and the guy didn't take good care of it with thistles and management wise, and so I'm kind of paying for that right now, which kind of sucks, but oh well. And then same with that half section that we're renting, no thistles were ever sprayed, and it just makes for a lot more money out of my pocket. And you know, like in the ag world, you kind of got to look out for each other in the aspect of you got to treat your grass or the grass you're renting like it's your own, you know, and a lot of people don't do that. It's kind of sad, but anyways, get off on this tangent. I won't ever get off of it. We'll just keep looking at these yearlings, and then probably call it there. My daughter's been staying with my mom the last 2 days, and my little sister, they've been playing. They went swimming and whatnot, and so my wife and I stayed home, and she got some stuff done around the house for the baby, and I just got caught up on all my chores, got a lot of spraying done, so it worked out good. But I'm gonna go get ready to get her in about 30 minutes, we're gonna meet halfway. So anyways guys, I'll probably end it here. Appreciate you guys listening to me. Made this far at the beginning of this. You know, being a rancher's hard. It's not for people that don't like to work, and for people that, you know, kind of have need kind of a hard head on you, because I almost feel like the world's against the farmer and rancher in the United States, you know, and we got to just do it because we love it, but also because we like taking pride in the land that God gave us and trying to keep animals alive. So we're all gonna rally back. We'll be all right. Anyways guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and we're gonna end it here. So 2,000 subscribers, like I've said before, we're doing a giveaway, giving away some hats. So tell your friends to subscribe. You subscribe, comment, like, do all the fun stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.